Hi guys! So today I did a wearable cool toned smoky eye. This is like a daytime appropriate smoky eye, I feel like. It's not too intense. I didn't do a winged liner or anything, I just kept it kind of simple. I'm having my driver's license picture taken today. I got a letter in the mail saying, you know, it's been so many years, I don't want to say how many, but it's been some years since you had your original picture taken and you need to come have a new one done. So I'm like, all right, what better reason than to do my makeup and get dressed up? So I did the smoky eye, and then I also did a very bronzy face look because I think when you go to the DMV, your picture comes out kind of washed out and pale, at least mine did. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen this time. So I put on like 3 different bronzers. So if it happens this time, I just give up, but fingers crossed that it won't, and it's gonna look tan and I'm gonna look nice and tan in it. But it's also the dead of winter, so I haven't seen the sun in like 2 months, which is really sad. Anyways, I'll stop rambling and get to the video, but I hope you guys enjoy it and have a great day or night wherever you're at. I'm gonna go in and do the rest of my face after I do the eyes, but what I wanna do first is I want to make sure I have plenty of powder down underneath my eyes in case there's any fallout from my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take my Nye Cameo Powder and I'm just gonna get a lot of it on my brush, and I'm just gonna pop that on my eye, underneath my eye. And this I'm gonna wipe away, but this is just gonna kind of create like a safe area in case my makeup falls out. All right, so now I'm gonna take one of my favorite palettes, my Naked Smoky palette. And I just get such natural, pretty looking eye looks with this. So I wanted something that, you know, is gonna look good over the test of time because I plan on having this picture for quite a while. So I'm gonna start out with the color Combust. This is Combust right here. And I'm gonna start by swooping that in my crease. I just wanted to zoom in so that everybody can see a little better what I'm doing. And I'm taking Combust pretty high up because I want this to be the color that kind of everything fades out into. Then I'm going to take the color Whiskey, and I'm going to take it on the brush that comes in the palette. Whiskey is the brown shade right here. And I'm going to also take, actually, you know what? I'm going to take it on the fluffy side, and I'm going to put this in my crease as well. And I'm just going to buff this up into the color Combust. The original brush I was using is my Morphe E27, and I'm switching back to that because it's a little softer. And you can see I'm just really blending in the back and forth motion. I'll do little circles too. I just want this color to be really nicely blended. So now that I have those 2 colors in, now I can kind of decide where I want to go with the color in this. And I think I'm going to start out with the color Dagger. It's like a really pretty light blue, this shade right here. And I'm going to take that on the pencil brush, and I'm just going to put this in my outer V. And then I'm going to go back into my E27 and blend. And I'm just doing like a circular blend with this. Alright, so it should look something kind of like that, like a very blended shade in the corner. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade, and I'm just going to go in the outer V again. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just adding a little bit at a time. This is one of my favorite techniques to do, where I just put down a little bit of color like with a pencil brush, and then I go through and I blend it with a fluffy brush. Okay, so now that I have got that color down, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to go ahead and put a light shade, a light matte shade on my eyelid. And I'm just going to take a flat packing brush. This is just an e.l.f. packing brush. And I'm going to go into the color 13, which is this white shade here. And I'm just going to press this onto my lid. And now that I have that down, I kind of want to add just a little bit more darkness in the corner. So I'm going to go back into Whiskey on my fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of it, and I'm just going to add that to the corner of my eye. The nice thing about this palette that I really love is all the colors go so nicely together. So if I want to darken something up, I can choose from pretty much any of the colors in this palette, and I'm going to get a really nice payoff. And when I close my eye and look down, I want a little bit more color, a little bit more of that dagger shade on my lash line. So I'm just putting a little more down. Pretty much like I said, just adding color slowly and blending. Okay, so for this shimmer on my lid, I am just gonna go into the color, which one do I wanna do? I'm gonna do Dirty Sweet, which is this pretty gold shade here, and a little bit of High. And I'm just gonna put this in the center of my lid. And kind of fan it sideways. And then I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to get High on there, and I'm going to brush that in my inner corner. So it should look something like that. I'm actually going to take a little bit of High on my pinky, and I'm going to put that in the corner as well, because it really shows up when you have it on your finger. And I'm just lightly dabbing High right in the center of my crease. I mean in the center of my lid, to create a little dimension. Then back to the brush that this palette came with, and I'm going to go into Whiskey, and I'm going to rub it on my lash line, my lower lash line. And I'm just kind of connecting the top and bottom with Whiskey. And it looks like there was still a little bit of dagger on here, which is good because I was going to go into dagger next. So I'm just kind of combining what I did on top and rubbing that on the bottom. I am going to put a little bit of Dirty Sweet on the bottom too. So that's the eyeshadow. I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back to finish my face. Alright, so I have both eyes finished for now. I am going to go ahead and do some mascara quickly, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. And the reason I wanted to wait till I was done with my eyes today is because sometimes it kind of helps to see how your eyes turn out before you go on and do like your bronzer and your blushes. Because you can, if you like to match them, I kind of like to not like match them obviously like color wise, but match your look to that, you know? And for me, if I do a really bold eye, I want to kind of tone down the rest of my look. And this came out pretty bold, but I'm not going to do an eyeliner with it. I just want it to be like pretty shadows. I could have done a winged liner, but because, again, this is my driver's license picture, I don't want it to be overboard intense. And I'm using the Loreal Telescopic mascara. Alright, so I have my mascara on the top, and I have my lids done, my eyeshadow done. So now I'm going to move on to my face. And the first thing I'm going to do is just warm up my face, and I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion, and it's in the 35-1 or 35I. I don't know if it's an I or a 1. I'm going to take it on my Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush, and I'm just going to put it where I always put bronzer. My cheeks, my forehead, just really warming up my face. What I like about this bronzer is it's a beautiful shade, but it's not like overboard, super tan, like phony looking bronzer. Even if you have a heavy hand with this, it's kind of hard, at least on my skin tone, it's hard to over bronze your face because it just applies so smooth and natural. All right, so that's the bronzer. Now for contouring, I'm going to use my favorite contour powder of all time, which is Shadester from MAC. It's just one of my favorites. It's this shade here. It's just a nice matte bronzer from MAC. It is a pro shade, so you can't get it at a regular MAC store, but I just order the pro stuff online. And I'm taking this on a Sigma or a Morphe M405 brush. I like to pull my cheek up when I contour. I'm not really sure why. I've just been doing this lately. I want to make sure, I guess the reason why I do it is because I want to make sure that I'm putting my bronzer in the place that I should. And I want my face to kind of be lifted and look, you know, just like nice and tight. So if you tighten your skin a little bit and put your bronzer where it's tightening, I think it'll kind of create a nice lifted look. At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm just crazy and I'm just doing that for no reason, but that's what I like to do. And then to keep everything nice and tight today, as far as bronzer, I'm going to bake a little bit because I want my bronzer to be nice and, I want my bronzer to be nice and clean in my picture. I'm just drawing that line right underneath my bronzer, so that everything will be nice and clean when I wipe this line away. All right, and then just for a little bit more of like a healthy glow, I'm gonna use my Milani Luminoso blush today. I love this blush, and I'm taking it on my E4 from Morphe. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is contour my nose, and I'm just gonna use my Shadester from MAC as well on my nose, and this is a Morphe M512 brush. And I think that I've baked long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe away the powder underneath my cheeks, and I'm gonna do my highlight. And for my highlight today, I'm using the combination I've been obsessed with lately again. It's the Anastasia Starlight Illuminator. I'm gonna use that on a Morphe M510. And I'm just putting it on the high points of my cheek. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this highlighter so much. And my nose and my Cupid's bow. And then I'm gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow highlighter, and I just totally stuck my finger in this. Don't do that. Don't take a big chunk out of it. I put a little bit on my brow bone too, just because I'm feeling like that looks good today. All right, and that's the highlighter. Now, lastly, I am gonna put a little bit of eyeliner on my bottom lashes. I just feel like having something there that makes my eyes a little more bold today. So I'm gonna use a navy eyeliner, and this is called Navy Seal from Skinn. This is the Luxe Waterproof Eyeliner. I really like using blue eyeliners. I don't know why. I just think they're so pretty. I think they look pretty on all different eye colors, and they just make you kind of have, you know, a little more bold of a makeup look in my opinion. So that's what I like to do. All right, so for my lip combination today, this is one of my favorite lip combinations ever. I'm gonna use my MAC Oak lip liner. I love doing this look, or this lip color with a smoky eye that's like kind of more cool toned. I think that this lip combination looks so good with cool toned smoky eyes. And then I'm doing my Myth lipstick from MAC also. This is such like an old school lip combination, but I still love it. And then after that, I'm just gonna go in with my Aveda Dazzle Glass lip gloss in the color Pearl Rose, and I'm just gonna put that on top. This lip gloss is nourishing, so it's just so perfect for if you're having like dry lips or anything. I love this combination. Okay, so that wraps up this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it and I hope that it was informative. If you have any questions, let me know, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch.